Hey guys, Son of Liberty here. I'm at my local range. This past week I picked up a new handgun, a CANIK TP9SF Elite, and I gotta tell you that this thing is loaded with features, especially for a gun with a price point of $400 or less, depending on where you pick it up at. So I figured I'd bring it out to the local range, kind of put it through its paces, and I'm actually really excited about this. I shot its predecessor, and I got to tell you, other than the trigger, that gun was a phenomenal buy, again, for its price point. So let's go ahead and let's run this one through its paces and see what we got. Alright guys, so I just got done through shooting the CANIK Elite, and I've got to say that I'm really impressed with this thing. I want to talk about some of the features real quick while some of this stuff is fresh on my mind. I ran about 5 to 550 rounds through it. Now I understand that that's not enough to do a detailed analytical review, but for me, initial impressions, it's enough so far. Anyway, I want to talk about some of these features that I really liked about this gun while I was running it tonight. It's got this fiber optic sight from Warren Tactical. They make great products. I actually run a set of their tritium on my Agency Arms 19. With that being said, the trigger took me about a mag to 2 mags to kind of get used to, but once I got used to its pull and its reset, it was fine. Had no issues. And this gun shot really well. To be honest with you, I didn't expect it to shoot this well, even though that I had shot its predecessor. I just honestly, I wasn't expecting what I got for a sub $400 gun. One of the things, probably my favorite thing on this gun is the magazine release. This thing throws the magazines out. So when you run dry and you hit that mag release, it just throws those mags out. With some of my other guns, I feel like I'm waiting on gravity to kind of, to start. With this one, I feel like I'm being assisted. So again, it just throws the mags out. And out of those 550 rounds or 500 rounds that I shot today, I had no malfunctions, no hiccups whatsoever. So again, very, very impressed with this. It also has ambidextrous controls, especially if you're going to be shooting left-handed, or if you're ambidextrous and you transition to strong hand, being your left. So anyway, guys, I'm really impressed with this thing initially. But let's take it to the table and let's dig a little bit deeper. All right, guys. I realized it was difficult for you to see some of the features that I was discussing while I was at the range. Of course, partly I was starting to lose some light, so it was difficult for my camera to focus. But I'm going to do a quick recap of those features now. But let's go ahead and verify that we have a safe weapon, which we do. All right. So I was really happy that CANIK went with a good quality set of sights. These are the Warren Tactical sights. It comes with the fiber optic front sight post, you can see there, and it has a very thin profile. That's important for multiple reasons, but mainly it makes it, of course, easier for you to pick up on that front sight, and it allows more ambient, more natural light of course, to travel around that front sight post, and you can see how easy it is to pick that up through that rear U-notch. All right, and of course, if you're using artificial light such as a weapon light, it's gonna act, the same. So anyway, just a really nice touch. I was able to shoot this gun much more accurately than I thought that I was going to be able to. So very, very impressed with that. Number two, it's got some really nice deep serrations that you can see there. Whether you want to rack the slide this way or if you're just going to do press checks, it makes it aids in that. And generally that's a feature that you're going to find on much more expensive higher end models, or it's going to be something that you're going to have to send your slide off to have done. You're going to have to wait for them to get your slide ready. They're going to have to take all the coating off, cut it, and then you're going to have to pay for it to be recoated. All right, and it comes from the factory with this feature already added. So a really, really nice touch, especially for a sub $400 gun. I just can't get over some of the features of this. Next, you've got really nice ambidextrous controls. This is the slide stop. It's got a really nice platform, so you don't ever have to really break your grip to be able to get to that, to allow that slide to go forward. Okay, so just a really nice touch. It's got a really nice aluminum waffle magazine release, and this is something that reminds me of the Hive Technologies magazine release that I have for them for one of my Glock 19s. Anyway, that's a upgraded feature that I've had to add to one of my guns, and it comes stock with this CANIK. And it's got a really nice feel, really positive feel to it. It's not loose, and it throws those magazines out. That was one of the things that I really, really liked about this, is how it ejects the magazines out. So I do feel like it is aiding in that magazine ejection versus some of the other guns that I've got. I feel like I have to wait for gravity to take its effect. All right, so anyway, just a really nice touch. Now this gun does come from the factory with 2 magazines. Jumping back here to the front sight, it also comes with a replacement front plastic piece here, or if you want to swap that out to the green/yellow, you can do so. One thing to keep in mind is that yellow and green occur more naturally in nature, and so the red definitely stands out a little bit better. That's something that I have found just over time, so just something to keep in mind. Now let's talk about this trigger here real quick. One of the things that it took me just a hair just to get used to, and it's not bad, but anyway, it's almost like this thing has an initial 2-stage feel to it, and I'm going to try to describe this to the best of my abilities, okay? So just bear with me, and of course keep in mind that this trigger, sometimes you can pick up 5 different Glocks and they will have a slightly different feel to their trigger in each separate one. That is going to be no different from this gun as well. But anyway, so I've got an initial, once I of course apply pressure, I've got an initial wall that I come to. Okay, so I'm going to call this the first wall. As I apply more pressure, I'm going to come to an additional wall number 2. This is where I'm going to basically hit, this is as far as it's going to go. Any more additional pressure beyond this point is going to make the gun go off. Okay, so it is very predictable. All right, something that I like. So anyway, let's go ahead and press that. I've got a nice, clean, crisp break. On the reset, as I let go of it, I've got a very positive click or a positive reset, and then of course I'm basically here at wall 2 ready to go again. Apply more pressure and break the shot. So anyway, just a very nice, predictable, clean break in the shot or in the break. So it's something that, again, generally you're going to find on more higher end models. So for a factory stock, this thing is actually really, really good. Okay, so to talk about, in my personal opinion, one of the biggest negatives about this gun, and this is going to happen anytime that you've got a metal slide with a polymer lower. You're going to have some top heaviness to this gun. Okay, now as I was shooting the gun, you'll notice from the video that it wasn't snappy, but I did feel like I was getting some top heavy wobble, if you will, while I was shooting in that. And it doesn't necessarily come from just the weight of the slide and the polymer lower. Where that comes from, at least it does for me, is this rear channel. Okay, I would have liked them seen, or I would have liked to see right here where the serial number starts, I would have liked to see them start to make that progression back and give a more pronounced rear lip, so that I can get higher up on the gun, higher up on that bore axis. Okay, and what that would allow me to do is, I believe, mitigate the recoil a lot better and keep this this gun shooting flatter. Okay, again, I feel like I am, of course, fighting to get my hand up higher, and a lot of that comes with the grip that's on my Glock, okay, my agency arms. So I don't know if this can be shaved out a little bit more, but I can tell you this, that with a more aggressive cant right here, or cut, you would see a lot flatter shooting gun. And again, it already shoots flat, but I can tell, especially when I'm shooting faster, that I am getting some more top heavy wobble. All right, that's the best way that I know how to describe it. Okay, again, the gun comes with 2 magazines. Of course, it comes with the replacement for the front side if you want to change colors, or if you happen to break it, you have a replacement here. You do get an additional back strap, so you can replace that. This is the bigger one. I've just left the thinner one on here because it is going to feel a lot better for me. And it does come from the factory with this paddle holster. Okay, it's not bad for what it is, guys. Especially if you are new to firearms, you're just starting out, you don't really know what to get. This will get you by for a while. However, if you're going to carry this gun on a regular basis, and you've put it through its trials and tests, and it passes that for you, okay, and you're willing to bet your life on this gun, which I firmly believe that this gun can pass some more trials. Again, I've put 5 to 550 rounds through this gun so far without any malfunction of any kind. However, if you're going to carry this gun on a daily basis, this is not the holster that you want. You want to get a good quality CANIK holster, whether inside the waist or outside the waist. But this is not. This can be okay for the range, but not for your life. Okay, there's too many variables here. I believe that this thing right here, of course, can fail, as well as this is just a single screw to where you can change this cant. I would feel very firmly that if you put enough force here, it would just snap that whole thing off. So if you were in a deadly situation, now the fight has went hands-on, you could possibly lose the only form of protection that you've got on you. Okay, so again, for a free holster to get you by, it's a great option to have, but not for you to carry on a daily basis. So just keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, this gun shot phenomenally well. Again, the only really negative thing that I can say about it is just this rear channel. So for a sub $400 gun, I am definitely willing to overlook that because of all the other positive features about this gun. So I firmly believe that this gun gives the working class American a option to get a good quality firearm that they can carry on a daily basis and protect themselves and their family with. Again, I'm going to put some more rounds through it before I start recommending it to friends and family, but as of right now, this thing is definitely passing with some flying colors. So anyway, if you have any other questions or thoughts, make sure to leave those in the comments down below. I'll make sure to post a link directly to the website if you want to look up some additional stats, as well as a link directly to my Instagram account so you can follow me there. And guys, hit that like and that subscribe button if you are not a subscriber to the channel. I would love to have you on board. And guys, as always, take care. Until the next time, be safe.